Okay, so today on The White Collar Housewife, the piece of paper every paramedic wishes they would find in your home. I have a medical condition that lands me in the hospital quite frequently and usually requires a trip in the ambulance. So I have a lot of experience working with paramedics and in those kinds of stressful situations. And today I am going to show you what they want from you. Not only are the paramedics trying to save your life, but they're also trying to get information to give to the hospital. Things like misspellings, misinformation, not understanding what was said by somebody in with a medical condition in a medical situation can all slow down getting to the hospital and can cause more mistakes. So this is how we are going to fix the problem. This is a sample of a paper that I have hanging in my home because of my need to go to the hospital all the time. But I've made you a sample one for a diabetic, a type 1 diabetic, which is not the condition that I have, but it's an example here. The first thing you need to give them is your full name and what your nickname would be. Because when you're in a medical emergency, you often don't respond to Jennifer if that's only a name you use on your driver's license. So make sure you put your nickname. Your date of birth, of course. Your height needs to be listed in both feet and inches and in centimeters because sometimes the metric system helps when dosing out medications. Same for your weight, make sure it's in kilograms. I recommend putting your major medical condition down here. You may show up at the hospital because you are having a baby or something, but in most situations it's going to be your main condition that sends you to the ER. There's an emergency contact. Recent medical history, don't go into a ton of details. They don't have time to read all of that. But do make sure they know the most important things. For instance, if you've recently given birth, if you've had a stroke, different things that are recent. So I use this example, March 2020, hospitalized for hypoglycemia. Next, daily medications. They are going to need to know what you take with the correct spelling, the brand name, and the generic. Make sure that you tell your dose and when you take them. I don't have this on my chart, but it is important for some medical conditions to list what your vital baselines are if you tend to have an extremely low blood pressure or if your heart rate is high. Make sure that the paramedics know those things so that they don't freak out and think it's part of your emergency. Drug reactions are very important. Put down the name of your main doctor, your endocrinologist in this case because it's a diabetic, but if you have a neurologist or anything else, and if you would like your primary care provider, but they don't usually need that. This should actually be over here, but I always include my preferred hospital because we have 2 nearby and I do have a preference. Make sure that the people in your home know where this paper is located. I keep mine in my medicine cabinet, just inside of a cabinet, but everyone in my family knows where it is. I just include this at the bottom. Emergency personnel, take this paper if it would be helpful, and let them just rip it right off the wall. I don't recommend laminating your information sheet because then paramedics can't make notes on it very easily, so you want them to be able to write on it anything else they want. If you have a DNR or any other medical instructions that need to be written out, go ahead and keep those with this paper as well. Before printing it out and hanging it, definitely double check all of your spelling since that is the #1 problem, that paramedics don't know all the drug names, they don't know how to spell everything, and those are the mistakes that can threaten your life once you get to the hospital. If you tend to fluctuate in weight, you probably don't fluctuate in height, but make sure that you keep your weight very current. To make this out, it takes a little time, but then just needs to be updated every once in a while. And you would not believe the number of paramedics who have thanked me and told me they wish everybody had one of these, that it would speed everything up and make the world a lot easier. The next time somebody's trying to save your life, make it easy on them and prepare your medical sheet.